Welcome to People Want to Know, a segment where we take your social media questions and we answer them. I'm JP Dominguez, and this week, this is the third video of 3 that we have with the Director of Communications for the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights, Jorge Mario Cabrera. Thank you so much for being here again.
You bet.
Jorge Mario, I've known you for a while, and I've seen just the expansion Chirla has had, and actually, I just found out it's going to be your 30th anniversary this year.
That's correct.
Which is very, very exciting. And people know of Chirla, but there's new programs that Chirla is offering, and I want to kind of just share that with our audience because there's people all over the nation that send us questions all the time asking, how can we connect with our community organization? So, without further ado, Jorge Mario, take it away.
We are celebrating 30 years of service to the Immigrant and Refugee Committee. Folks think that sometimes we only serve Mexicans or Central Americans, but we serve immigrants from every country in the world. That's number one. Second, they think we are an immigration services only organization. But in addition to legal services, we also do civic engagement, citizenship services. We organize the community. We educate the community about driver's license, for example, about their rights as a consumer, as a worker. If someone, for example, has been beaten in the street, we make sure that we provide for those resources. If someone is gay and lesbian, we also provide services for that individual to find resources of support. And, of course, we do policy work in Washington, D.C. and Sacramento, and in Los Angeles, of course. What Chirla is the voice of the Immigrant and Refugee Committee, community, not only in LA, but in the United States.
Great, and I think that's very, very important because I feel like sometimes people in the community only think that it's pertained to certain members of the community, but I think that's great information that it is offered to a vast range of members from all walks of the immigrant community. What are some new programs that maybe some of us aren't aware of that Chirla is currently offering?
Yeah. In addition to DACA applications and DACA renewals, we're also doing citizenship applications, family petitions, FOIAs for individuals who want to know what their record looks like. We're doing U-visas, VAWA, and any other type of service the community might need. That's the legal services department. We have a call center that encourages community members, not only in California, but in other states, to get involved in the political process, to get out and vote. We go out in the community to also encourage them to get involved in the primaries, and then, of course, later in November during the elections. We have a whole policy department that works on pressing our legislators to pass legislation that benefits our community, such as last year, we passed a healthcare for all legislation. We also helped pass the driver's license legislation. So our number one priority is how can we better the lives of immigrants in the United States, and specifically in California.
That's very important. And actually, we did some videos with Chirla about the California driver's license, whole step-by-step process. So if you want information about that, make sure to check out these videos here. What are some success stories or just some positive? In the news, we always hear about all the negatives. So what are some success stories that you've been able to see within these past couple of years that have impacted you and just keep you motivated to keep being part of this fight, being part of this community that is always trying to give a voice to the voiceless?
I'll tell you 3 very brief stories. One is of a woman who had a child born in the U.S. She was a street vendor, but was detained by ICE. She was about to be deported on the bus towards Tijuana. We contacted an attorney on Sunday to help her out. That attorney went all the way to San Diego and stopped, actually got the woman off the bus and brought her back to her family. That was part of an organizing effort. In terms of citizenship, last year we helped a 104-year-old woman become a citizen and vote for the first time. That was really, really important. And this year we just heard of a young lady who's 100 years old who wants to become a citizen as well. So we're going to be very excited about sharing her story. And then there's also many, many stories of young dreamers, young immigrant young immigrants who signed up for DACA, got their first job, and helped their family members sign up for a business license. And now they have their own business because of DACA. That, and many, many stories like that, tell us that our work, our efforts, in addition to the community coming forth and seeking help, makes a tremendous impact to the economy, to their families' lives, and to the nation as a whole.
Well, thank you for the information, Jorge Mario. It's an absolute pleasure to have you to share all the 3-part videos that we have. If you haven't checked out those other videos, make sure to check them out right here. They're very, very important. And lastly, do you think we can have you back here another time answering more questions sometime? I want to book him now because he's very, very, very busy all the time.
You're going to make me promise online
Absolutely.
in front of the camera.
In front of the whole audience.
Of course, I'm happy to.
Great. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to check out the resources they have and all the programs that Jorge Mario mentioned at www.chirla.org. And we'll see you next time on People Want to Know. Make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel and share these videos. We make them for you, and we're so happy about the comments you share with us and also coming back week after week. See you next time on People Want to Know.